Master Maid, the head servant. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, nestled between green hills and whispering forests, there lived a young man named Leif. Leif was strong, curious, and full of dreams, but he had one troublesome flaw. He never listened to anyone. His father often warned him about the dangers of recklessness, but Leif would always shrug and smile, pretending not to hear. One morning, with the sun rising golden over the hills, Leif approached his father with determination in his eyes. "I'm ready to start working," he said proudly. "I want to find a job that makes me happy." His father looked at him with a mix of worry and love. "Do whatever you wish, my son," he replied gently. "But never, under any circumstances, work for the old sorcerer in the dark woods." Leif promised nothing. As soon as his father turned his back, the young man packed a small bag and set off straight toward the sorcerer's towering, vine-covered mansion. When he knocked on the heavy wooden door, it creaked open as if expecting him. The sorcerer, a tall man with eyes like cold ash and a voice like rustling leaves, looked him up and down. "You want to work for me?" he asked. "Yes, sir. I'm not afraid of hard work," said Leif with confidence. "Then start by clearing the stables. Move the manure out with the shovel and the pitchfork," the sorcerer ordered. "But listen closely. Do not enter my house unnecessarily. Do not wander through the rooms." Leif nodded, but as soon as the sorcerer disappeared into the forest with his goats, curiosity overcame him. He tiptoed into the house, marveling at the tall bookshelves and flickering candles. In the kitchen, he spotted someone he did not expect. It was a girl, about his age, wearing a simple dress and an apron dusted with flour. Her eyes widened when she saw him, and she gasped. "Who are you?" she cried. "Don't be scared," Leif said quickly. "I'm new. The sorcerer just hired me." The girl calmed down and stepped closer. Her voice was soft but firm. "Did he warn you not to come inside?" "He did," Leif admitted. "But if I had listened, I wouldn't have met you." She smiled for the first time. "You're either very brave or very foolish. I'm the head servant, and if you want to survive here, you'll need my help." She explained that the sorcerer's tasks were not what they seemed. If you simply spin the shovel and fork in a circle, the manure will vanish on its own. It's enchanted. Leif laughed. "That sounds ridiculous." But after hours of exhausting labor, he finally gave in and tried her advice. Within seconds, the stable was spotless. Even the air smelled cleaner. When the sorcerer returned, he narrowed his eyes. "You completed the task so quickly. Did you speak with the head servant?" "No," Leif lied. "I figured it out on my own." The next day, the sorcerer gave him a new task. "Climb the hill and bring back my stallion." "Of course, sir," Leif replied cheerfully. "Be careful," the sorcerer warned. "Do not let your guard down." The moment he was alone, Leif ran back into the kitchen. The head servant was already waiting. "He sent you for the horse, didn't he?" she said. Leif nodded. "That stallion breathes fire and kicks like thunder," she explained. "Take this bridle, wrap it around his muzzle, and he'll be as gentle as a lamb." Leif followed her instructions and, to his amazement, tamed the fierce stallion without a struggle. He rode it proudly back to the sorcerer, who raised an eyebrow but said nothing. On the third morning, the sorcerer gave him his most dangerous mission yet. Travel to the mountain caves, collect taxes from the fairies. Leif didn't hesitate. As always, he returned to the head servant first. She handed him a polished wooden staff. "Swing this at the mountain's base. A door will appear. The fairies will ask what you demand. Say, 'Only as much as I can carry.'" Leif did exactly that. Inside the glittering cave, surrounded by shimmering wings and glowing eyes, he repeated the words. The fairies gave him a single sack, filled with gold, silver, and gems, just the right amount for one man to carry. The sorcerer was speechless when Leif returned, heavy with treasure. But that night, he called for the head servant. "Prepare a stew," he ordered. "Use the boy as meat." The head servant didn't flinch. She waited until he slept, then filled a pot with old boots, rags, and kitchen scraps. She sprinkled a few drops of animal blood on the chopping board to make it believable. Then she woke Leaf. "We must leave," she whispered. "Now!" They gathered a silver comb, a pouch of salt, and a small bottle of spring water. Mounting 2 mares from the stable, they rode into the night. By morning, the sorcerer awoke to find his stew untouched and the young couple gone. Furious, he pricked his finger and cast a dark spell to learn the truth. The trail was clear. He summoned his black steed and gave chase. When the head servant saw him coming, she threw the comb behind them. Instantly, a thick forest of tangled trees and thorny bushes sprang up, blocking the sorcerer's path. But with dark magic, he burned through. Next, she tossed the salt. A jagged mountain shot up from the earth, towering and steep. Still, the sorcerer climbed. Finally, they reached the sea. The waves lapped gently, and a small boat bobbed in the shallows. As they sailed, the sorcerer summoned a monstrous creature that drank the sea dry, leaving the boat stranded. The head servant uncorked the bottle and poured out a single drop. The sea returned in a roar, sweeping them far beyond the creature's reach. The sorcerer tried once more, but the monster could drink no more. Safe at last, the young couple stepped onto distant shores. They built a life in peace, and with time, they married under the silver moonlight, surrounded by laughter and light. Moral of the story: be brave, but never foolish. True courage listens, learns, and loves.